Hello fellow gamers, welcome to Azreality Gaming. My name is Dustin, and today we're going to be heading to PAX West in Seattle, Washington for 2021. I'm going to give you my quick reviews and what I thought about it. Stay tuned to the end. Okay, this is going to be post-recorded commentary, so I'm recording a lot of this on my GoPro on my shoulder, so it might be a little bumpy and it doesn't take the best pictures when it's kind of bright out, but with the neon lights, but we'll give it a try here. So we got Tales of Rise here, which turned out to be a big hit. A lot of people wanting to play the demo. Of course, you can download the demo for free yourself on any of the main systems out there and play it there without having to wait in a line an hour and a half to 2 hours here at the convention. But still, it's fun to play at the convention itself, of course. Got some pretty cool promotional prizes here as well. Chess set, lanyards, keychains. Pretty impressive, actually. I wouldn't mind winning that chess set, actually. It's pretty cool. And let's see here, we've got some wonderful cosplayers. They were all over the place, actually. The first day on Friday, not as many, but Saturday, they all came out. So it was really nice to see a bunch of cosplayers. Of course, they're very popular with pictures and people wanting to pose with them. Everybody wants a beautiful Asian girl to sit next to you. We know this. Moving on. Tales of Rise, there it is. Come up and pose for that, which is pretty cool. And we've got limited run games, of course. Managed to pick up a couple copies of some games that I was looking for, so that's great. It's really nice. Always a pleasure to do business with them. And moving on, we've got a couple more games here. We've got the Wild Heart series, which actually is very colorful and very interesting looking. I may end up checking that one out later on. Never got a chance to play it, but that's okay. And let's see, we've got Neon Noodles and Summoner's Fate, not Summoner's War, not to be confused with that. You got lots of indie games here. Got the Human Apocalypse, post-zombie apocalypse, evidently. And we've got, of course, the Video Game Nerd 1 and 2 Deluxe Editions. These are actually a lot of fun to play too. If you haven't played them before, check them out. Alright, let's take a quick walk down. And we do find a couple retro stores, which is pretty cool. I'd never heard of this store before, actually. So there's a Dial-Up Games. They had an impressive selection of games, so I spent a little time in here looking through their stuff. Considered buying something, but after I spent $100 at limited run games, I was pretty much out of money. So, some boxed NES stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in this case here, but I never got a chance to look at it because everybody was crowded around it. Let's see here, we got some good stuff hopefully here. Retro stuff. I'm curious on picking up some Switch stuff because I just got a new Switch, so I'm going to go take a look at these here. Some Saturn games, Genesis games, of course. These guys next to me got them. Moves! Alright, here we go. I'm looking for a couple RPGs. I'm not seeing any. That's alright. Any 3DSs I need. That's a good Fire Emblem there, maybe. Now I'm going to pass on these guys, it looks like. And let's take a look down here at the NES games. The price is actually really decent on these ones, to be honest. Alright, we're walking through the middle area between different halls. This is like the board game, not sure board game, the dice game area where you get dice, mats, things like that. This is pretty cool, the Superhuman Streetwear, where you can basically buy clothes that make you look like or pose like Assassin's Creed. They're very Assassin's Creed-ish, so to speak. Really well made, it looks like, kind of coats and things. This is the main room here, old school RPG. This one caught my eye, actually. It looks very interesting. The music is very retro-ish, I'll probably say as well. I will probably be checking this one out when it does get released. So if you haven't got a chance to look at this one, maybe check it out too. Got Bark, it's like a pet game, and just a bunch of odds and ends of indie games smacked in around here. Again, not a big thing for me, so I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. We got Pink Gorilla here. They were super busy. These guys had lines just to even walk into their little area there because they were limiting, so many people per space, which is good for COVID rules. These guys made tons of money. They made like bandits, I have no doubt. But they've got a great booth always, and they always help any customers that come in find the right game for them. So if you ever get a chance to come to Seattle, Washington, be sure to check them out. And see, this game also caught my eye. Turbo Overkill. It looks like a Doom slash Quake with like cyberpunk robot. I don't even know how to describe this game, but it was very, very fast paced. Robots everywhere, blood guts everywhere, lots of different machine guns, as you can see here. It looks like a lot of fun, so maybe check this one out too when it gets released. And these are the free play retro console area. I saw some guys here playing Super Smash Brothers. It's kind of fun to watch them. And this is more of the area that the space they've got dedicated to that. So this is really good. Actually, this is probably one of the bonus hits for the convention. And back to the main hall, different games from indie developers. Kind of a shoot 'em up game that it looks like. And again, back in the main hall, but in between the two main halls, we got the game mats and the dice and the plushies here. It looks like tons and tons of plushies, some board games, all your shopping needs right here. There's an interesting booth here on the left that had a lot of great visuals and not visuals, graphics, paintings and things like that, drawings. They're repos, reprinted, but you can print them on mats or on vinyl or whatever it was you wanted to do. Archon Games, it's a pretty cool game. You have to check that one out. I played that one before last year, or 2019. And it's kind of neat to see just a mixed, diverse group of people just hanging out, playing games together, right? It's a great experience for all. All right, my take on this PAX West for 2021. A little bit of a disappointment. I was really going in there with high hopes that we might actually be back to like a new convention era post-COVID, but it looks like a lot of the dealers and businesses just didn't want to show up for obvious reasons. I can understand that, but not having the big games like from Microsoft, PlayStation, nothing from Google, Facebook, Amazon. I mean, these guys are coming out with games like any month now, and none of them showed up. Only biggest dealer was there. Producer was there was Bandai for Tales of Arise. That was it. A bunch of indie games, which is great because the indie games get kind of like the highlight, but the indie games were only like in one small room. So after you saw those, you go play some board games, you go look at some swag, maybe do some free PC console retro games, and eat some pizza, and you're done. So you really only needed to be there for a day. There were some pretty good panels that I did get a chance to see, but again, they weren't as awesome as they were in previous years. So unfortunately, this was kind of a letdown, to be honest. Hopefully next year we get back to the way it was before, and I will do another review, of course, when that comes up next year as well. So let me know in the comments below, did you go to PAX? Did you enjoy it? Was it a letdown for you as well? Were you hoping for more? Yeah, give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe, you know what to do, and we'll see you guys next time.